Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Alistair, and this is Asma with us as well. We are hoping to get the other two attendees as well who are presenting today, but we're having a bit of trouble with connections. So it's going to be me and Asma to start with. If you do have any questions, then please put them in the Q&A and I will read them out and we'll try and answer those live. I have got a few questions to start with, which I'm going to ask Asma. I'm just going to follow up from what Ralph was saying just then. So he was asking about smart cities and BIM as the basis and how they link together, and basically how can smart cities work with, or can smart cities work without BIM?
Okay, well, hi everybody. Thanks, Ali, for this. Okay, so what I was saying just right now, that BIM is a foundation for anything, actually, for any technology to progress. Because let's say, for instance, for a smart city depends on machine learning. AI supports smart cities. And to have machine learning or AI application or whatever, you need data to analyze and feed the application, or even for smart cities to detect things and have an output in the end of the day. And so BIM is the foundation for this, for having it in the design stage. So we will never have technology advancement or learned lesson or anything to be fed to the application or whatever for machine learning without the basis of design with the use of BIM. That's what I think. Of course, I could be right, I could be wrong, but that's
I think you're right, and I think I'm struck by it today as well. Looking at the sessions, the number and the variety of all the sessions that I've been you were able to watch today, that BIM has been the foundation for so much of that to actually exist. And obviously, the BIM Coordinator Summit, has been obviously doing a lot of work in this area for the last few years, which is great, and it covers the last 10 years worth of development in BIM, just globally. And it's really interesting to see all these different areas that are coming out of that. So obviously we're talking about AI and smart cities, and BIM has been the catalyst for that. In terms of your presentation, you obviously gave your kind of top 10 use cases. Do you have one which you think is this is where we should start?
Yes, I think it will be the part where is pollution management and waste management. We are already in the climate change crisis that's already facing the whole world. We need to start off analyzing what we have from the data and previous years all over the world from the global change in means of climate, and analyze this kind of data to detect what's come next. I've shared in the presentation something that actually I'm in the UAE right now. So yesterday there was this storm that it was just unexpected how far or how strong it could be. But I tried to know how actually they did it, because I lived in the UK for some time, and sometimes whenever I check the weather, they say it will rain by 40% and then it rains 100%. I mean, okay, where is the accuracy here? We are using technology, but yesterday it caught my eye how accurate they were. And the storm was very strong. Yes, it was very strong, as the report was saying. Even the emergency alerts were very adequate. So when I went online to check how they did the risk analysis or the assessment for the weather, it just brought to my eye that they are using many applications. Of course, I'm not a technical expert in wind analysis, but as a conclusion I got out of this, here they are using a lot of very deep technology that's based on AI or machine learning or whatever. Is mostly will be probably machine learning, because it's feeding data and things like this for the production of what happened. And I was happy actually to find something like this. I was amazed by the accuracy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Shadab has asked a question, which is how did digital twins work on waste management or parking systems? Are you able to elaborate a bit more?
Well, simply for managing anything on a level of digital twin, you need okay, so I know where somehow there's these kind of terminologies, where's AI, where's digital twin, where's smart cities. Simply, digital twin use machine learning. Okay, smart cities depend on this machine learning, and machine learning and digital twin somehow are a subset of the AI. And on the other way around, AI helps smart cities. all these kind of terminologies are based on analysis. So how it helps in waste management, it could use sensors for detecting where is waste and what type of waste and what can be already recycled. Depends on the country, the location, and even like how I can say the accessibility to reach this kind of waste. Because like there are some waste that's not already able to be recycled. That's part of it. I think there was the rest of the question regarding. Let me check.
Waste management and parking systems.
Yeah. Okay, that's the waste management for parking systems. Mostly, it helps in like now when we are parking anywhere. I'm talking mostly in the UK and the UAE and the US. Wherever you park, you just like text a message with your car plate number and just you pay just right away. That's very basic. Okay, that's but part of it is technology and part of it is more city oriented and how the city is being I don't want to say controlled. I want to say somehow managed with this kind of thing. Going back again to parking specific, if you have a multi-story parking, there is this kind of automatic valet equipment that can just like take your car, put it, and just you get it again whenever you are going out. That's part of it. So the main factor is the sensors. Okay, that's sensors playing the crucial role in this part, of course, with cameras. So like that's for the parking management part with the use of applications. Okay, cameras without applications, sensors without applications, we will not have what we need.
And then with all of that, that's data collection, isn't it? So I was struck by a couple of talks before us today. Unfortunately, the speakers aren't with us, but there's an amazing amount of data that's being produced.
Yes.
This is a tough question, but how do you see that being stored and managed in a way which is accessible to us?
Well, if I may add a question actually to you, yes, I mean, not to you as you, I mean to what you're saying actually, is what kind of data that should be selected and fed in the application to have as alert lesson. Because like we are in the AEC industry, regardless if you are a consultant, contractor, a developer, whatever, you have a lot of projects that has a lot of gaps, had a lot of issues that can't be taken as a benchmark or to take it as a data or learned lesson to fit to your application to have whatever production at the end of the day to help you out. So like that's the part I want to add. Okay. For you, how to add things into applications, that depends on the criteria of what you are using in your scripting or programming language you are using for the application. So like it depends on your scope. If you are an LDC, if you are an ADC, if you are a contractor, like it depends. So you categorize, you make the criteria upon your data, upon your scope within the project to regard whatever the phase you are in, and then you build up your application upon it or the software you are using with reference to all this, and you build up your data. Considering the standardization, of course, and codes and standards. So these things.
Yeah, so you need to clean that data, don't you, for the specific application you want? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Absolutely. Yeah. So have you got an example of how you're analyzing that sort of data at the moment that might relate to what we're talking about today?
Well, I'm going to just give a simple example for this. When you use ChatGPT, simply, how do you do things? You just like ask a question, okay? And then they give us a very detailed essay or whatever output. If you want something to be very specific with a little of analysis, you just add between two brackets short. And then the ChatGPT itself, it categorizes what you need in a short sentence without the full description. That's something that's is being done already, and I like to do it because if I want to be specific, I just do this. That's one of the things. If you want to do it in a traditional way, because like at some point you will have to use the traditional way, because like till now we are not AI globally oriented. We are just like taking baby steps to go over there. So you need to make sure that you're categorizing things as per the standardizations and the codes with respect to your scope within the design or AEC or construction or whatever. And upon it, you feed it to the application or whatever the step next.
Yeah, so it's a bit that prompt management is really key, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah,
you can
so
say
so you get the right answers.
You're good. You're just summarizing things in highlights. I like it.
Yeah. Ralph has asked me, we have so much technology available to us that's grossly underused, mainly due to lack of skills or lack of motivation. How do we bridge the gap? That's really, it's a great question. And I think one of the key ones there is actually that people don't know about a lot of these solutions as well, which is why I built this marketplace, which is to kind of say, look, there's all this stuff out here, make it much more discoverable than it is at the moment. And one of the things I've said is that, it's not just another list of lists, because people on LinkedIn are sharing, here's a list of AI software or whatever, which isn't particularly good for adoption. So what I'm trying to do is create a platform that allows people to find all those solutions. And then from there, the idea is that people will start using the software in a much better way and adopt it ideally. But I completely agree that there is a lack of skills and motivation across the industry. In terms of skills, it's because we don't invest enough in training. But in terms of motivation, it's because we've all got so much work on a day-to-day manner that we're overwhelmed just doing the job, let alone actually finding out what may be out there to help us do the job more effectively. And I think the last bit you say is, how do we bridge the gap? I wonder if that is a real role for BIM managers, is that they have the capacity to see how they're working and say, actually, look, these are better solutions for how we do things. And that might, align quite well with a lot of people that are here today, that they see actually, we can all see that there are problems in the traditional way of working. We're trying to use BIM to move us forward. And that's become the stepping stone for all these other amazing things like smart cities and the technology adoption. Yeah.
I want to ask actually something.
Sure.
Okay, so your platform is AI oriented, right?
Not necessarily. Some of the tools have got AI in them and things, but it is it's a broad spectrum of different tools.
Okay, so how far we can use it, and can we use it throughout the project or whatever stage we need it, regardless the scope, or is it you recommend specific scope to have this kind of platform to use? I mean, is it contractor based more? Is it design based more? What do you think?
I think from my background, I've focused a lot more on the design stages than the construction stage, a little less because I'm an architect by background.
Me too.
But so there's lots of things there, but that doesn't mean to say, within the construction sector, there is a lot of tools out there because contractors traditionally have more money to spend than design consultants. I think, obviously, please disagree with me. But architects and engineers have more limited finance to pay for lots of different tools. But that being said, there's a lot of different tools out there for all different stages. The way I'm envisaging it being used is that obviously you can use it as a search tool, search what you're looking for, and then I want to create a virtual environment that people can test the software on and see how it works. But the next step on from that logically is to say, well, actually use the software on there, and you can use it and then turn on a desktop, use it, and then turn it off. That's the idea ultimately to try and provide, but that's going to be quite challenging. But so the first step is to have the platform, and then we'll move from there.
Okay, that's a good one, actually.
Okay, there's another question for you here. What is the basic concept of design in parking systems in parking buildings with digital twins?
That's the deep technical part. To have things, I don't know the codes or standardization for the use of artificial intelligence, of course, because it needs a specialist actually to answer this part. Is I'm happy to receive this kind of question, but I think I will have to look it up. And whoever is asking, you can just contact me afterwards, and I will try to reply as much of it as I can.
Okay, I think we've got a few minutes left, but I was going to ask you, what do you think? I mean, what do you see as the most exciting or interesting aspect of kind of smart cities moving forward?
What the most actually exciting part that I see now, that is the availability of technology that can help enrich smart city, let's say, target or goal. Because like in the end of the day, I have an urban planning background a bit on academic level. What I keep seeing that we miss the use of technology in our cities in means of design. We need a lot of more focus on how everything can be automated and the use of technology. But still, you can find in the market or the users actually a lot of variety of people who are already accepting the idea of using this kind of let's say approach actually in their homes. Like some people are just like, they want to stay traditional. I want my key, I want to go in, everything is okay. I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
So we need proactive people to be part of it, because like technology based on analysis and data integrity. So like if you want to have analysis, what will you analyze? Let's say, oh, for instance, there's the part of smart city, there's this human behavior analysis that's being taken through sensors and cameras for crime rate decrease or kind of thing. That's one of the uses of AI. So if you are not proactive and even helping, like whoever applying this technology to take you as a sample and your family and whoever around, in the end of the day, you will not have data to feed in your application, to have analysis or even production for what comes next. You know what I mean?
Someone's just asked a question here, which is what I was going to kind of sum up with actually, is about they've talked about they want to see more real users stories and case studies. Have you got any really good case studies you'd recommend people have a look at?
Singapore and
Oh,
Sydney.
really?
Yes.
Okay. And Sydney as well?
Yes, Singapore is on the top of the list, and then I liked Sydney, the case study. I can let me. I did not prepare the resource. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I wanted to share the resource for this one because, like,
Yeah.
I wanted to mention this, but Singapore and Sydney, these two are considered smart cities. I would encourage you actually to check it out and see how it's working and how it's being implemented. Actually, the concept itself there.
Okay, so I think what we're saying is recommend people to reach out to you afterwards to find out a bit
that
more.
would be
Rather than putting you on the spot right now.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure how much time we've got left. Please post. Okay, so yeah, so I think Ralph's given a comment about posting resources in Smart Cities channels in the BIM Heroes. Oh yeah, so you've got the BIM Heroes platform. So yeah, you could access information there. That would be a really good place to go.
Oh yeah, thank you, Ralph. Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's a good one. Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to sum up. I'm going to thank you particularly, Asma, for that. That's really, really helpful. It's unfortunate the other speakers weren't here today, but I thought their talks were really excellent as well. I highly recommend you revisit them if you can, just to find out more about what they're talking about, because there's a huge breadth of what we've covered today with smart cities. So thank you very much. Great to meet you. Any questions, please get in touch with me or Asma, and yeah, look forward to seeing you for the rest of the sessions today.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Okay, thanks. Bye.